My name's Eddie Hurley. I'm from, my address is 39905 Highway 194 East, Phelps, Kentucky. I'm the owner of Lakeview Management and Development, and I'm here today to talk about the project at Panther Creek and West AJ Highway. Our company, along with its consultants, have attempted to get a work session for a little over 3 months and have been denied for some unknown reason. This project has been ongoing for 3.5 years. The first item I've got is the lack of communication with the city's engineering department. You can never get a call back. You can never get a call. The cost on this project has run 5 to 7 times more than it should have cost on this project. I believe the relationship between the developer and the city should be a partnership, not a battle. It should be a partnership. On the penalties, that brings me to the reason I'm here. I'm here today to discuss the fines and the penalties that the city has attempted to levy against this project.
Mayor, if I may interject, Mr. Hurley. Mr. Hurley has requested a hearing, administrative hearing on this project about the application of penalties for the agreement we've signed. We're attempting to schedule that hearing. I think the appropriate forum to discuss that appeal is in the hearing that is to be scheduled, not before council. That hearing will be an administrative hearing before myself. After the conduct of that hearing, if Mr. Hurley wishes to appeal, that appeal will come to council. I think before the council hears evidence in that hearing, that it should go through the appropriate process, and I would suggest that it would not be appropriate to hear evidence in that matter at this time.
So, Earl, what we're saying at this point is that because this hearing may come before council, correct?
That is correct.
That information should not be discussed. Mr. Earl did, I'm going to explain to you what he's talking about. What he's saying is that your appeal or your discussion with the city could possibly be coming before council. And anything that we hear today may actually slant or cause us to prejudge or make a decision before both sides are presented. Is that the way?
That's correct.
Yep.
So if we could limit your comments to other than penalties, would that fit?
I understand that the appeal that's being sought, it has to do with penalties.
So if it would behoove you and council at this point, you would not discuss the penalties, but anything else that you would like to speak to us about, you may.
Well, I don't even know what the penalties is. I mean, that's what we're discussing about here. I mean,
so if you want to discuss the process, Bill.
We've never been assessed with them. Don't know what they are, but I've been sent emails to say that they're still accruing, and I have no way of stopping them. I mean, and that's what I'm here.
Well, and that's something you may do. You may talk to them. As far as discussing the penalties in general,
beg the council to help me with this, because we can't get a work session. We can't get stop. And don't know how to stop it.
I understand this question. Tony, the last email I believe council got on this, I was of the understanding, and I asked council what their understanding is on this, is that this was going to come before us. Is that not correct?
The hearing has been requested before. The administrative hearing come before me the first day.
All right. So, and then if he wants to appeal yours,
it would come to council.
then it would come before council.
And the agreement signed by Mr. Hurley and by the city provided for certain penalties for failure to perform by a certain date. There are additional penalties for failure to pay those penalties. The failure to pay is what's accrued at this point in time.
And so if I understand what Mr. Hurley is saying, he is asking that he wants to do it now, stop any further penalties, and that you're having a difficult time doing it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you can never get a firm date. You can't. The penalties, they just tell you they're just ongoing, but you can't get no firm date of when we can stop all this.
How would you like to address that?
The penalties that are accruing today are for failure to pay the penalties that he was notified of for being late. So that's the way to stop accruing additional penalties would be to pay the penalty. He wants to appeal the process and make evidence, and I think that would be appropriate to do in a hearing setting.
I might interject that one way way to stop the running penalties would be to pay the balance under protest. And that would leave him with the right to recover those sums if that were the finding of either the city administrator in that hearing or the council.
Do you understand that?
I ain't only understood much I've heard the other day.
Amen.
What saying is the way to stop the accrual of penalties, is pay the penalties, and then you have the right to appeal.
Well, I think we've been penalized enough. It's costing me 5 to 7 times more than the engineering cost than I should have spent on this project, period. I've heard of such things. And it'd be like you doing your yard and have to finish your yard and then go dig it up, put the drain pipes and the sewer pipes in it. I mean, it's just ludicrous.
I think the remedy has been explained by the city attorney to stop any more penalties. And I believe that you're in the process of working with, and I can assure you, if you call Mr. Cox, he'll be in his office, or you'll be able to reach him.
That's correct. Mr. Sexton is facilitating the hearing process. We believe there will be 12 to 15 people involved in the hearing before it's over with. Trying to schedule that many people has proved problematic, but we're moving forward trying to get a date.
But the only remedy that is available to you, my understanding from the city attorney, is to pay the
Under protest.
protest, the fines, and then you have the right to try.
Okay, I'd like to ask one other question. Is this going to hold me up in any way of getting my site plans and road modification plans and get this project finished
I can't answer that question.
while we're doing it in the process?
The enforcement of the VCA is independent of the site plan review process.
Does, since we've talked about figures, excuse me, does Mr. Hurley know exactly what the initial penalty amount is so that can be paid?
Yes, ma'am. That was provided to him some months ago.
You have that initial amount.
I don't understand the way they write it. I can't understand half the emails they send.
Councilmember, my name is Lee Gibbons.
Yeah, state your name and address.
I'm Lee Gibbons, 444 Lockman Drive. I'm an attorney for Lakeview Management. The problem in this case is that we have requested hearing dates that haven't been provided. We have requested the total number of days for which we are incurring penalties at this time has not been provided. Total amount owed has not been provided. We requested that some time ago. We were just recently informed that additional penalties were accruing after the May 30th deadline. There has been no solid figures provided to us excuse me, since the initial alleged breach of the VCA. So at that point in time, my answer to Councilmember Center would be no, we don't know. That's never been provided at this point in time.
So if those could be provided, the initial starting penalty amount, and regardless of whether they've been provided before, can we provide those?
I believe we can recreate the numbers we provided. The failure to pay penalties accrue on a daily basis, and it changes every day.
Does that count weekends or just work days?
I don't recall at this point what the agreement says, but it's a daily basis.
Could we provide them tomorrow?
Mr. Brown? Oh, yes.
Would that be soon enough?
It would, and that's what I say. That's the first time that I've been informed that that is a remedy to provide those penalties under protest. Instead, we've been asking for a hearing, work session to bring this before the council members for quite some time. We've also asked for city ordinances to be cited whereby Mr. Cox would be the hearing officer. We've asked for a hearing in front of the entire council members. It appears to me by reviewing city ordinances that that is the proper process for this type of hearing, and we would ask that either Mr. Jesse or someone from the council provide us for that process, which says Mr. Cox will be the administrative hearing officer, as well as what any civil procedure rules or administrative rules that will govern this process.
And for the city attorney as to what the process is.
Be glad.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.